We will be here forever. Do you understand? Forever. Forever and ever and ever and ever.
Hey, shout out to Mike doing it all though, for real, man. Like, hey, that's a cool brother, man.
Oh, no doubt.
We got a good. Hey,
is he still here?
I don't know if he.
Yeah, I think he stepped outside.
He stepped out for a second, but we gonna definitely all wrap up, man. Like, you got the homie TRUEZ here.
Word.
TRUEZ, man.
Good to be here,
bro.
Yeah.
This dude here, he family, man. We were just talking like literally before we got back on. Like, man, he called me Jay, and it's like it's only a couple of people called me Jay. Like, this is like his family, man. Like, and he been doing that since day one.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, I can't even help it, you know. And
he called me like, "Hey, what's going on, Jay?" I was like, "Yo, what's good?" Like for real. It's just,
I don't even know how to be professional with
no,
Jay.
man. hey, there's no need to be professional, man. Like when you family, ain't no need to be professional,
and
man.
then I'm finally kicking it with Hennessy.
Oh man, come on, man. I'm on.
You know, I kicked it with Jay so many times now. I'm like, yeah, bet I get both of them now.
Don't leave me
hanging.
It's all good.
Hey man, cool man. So why you here, man? Why you here?
Why am I here? Well, first of all, not enough people know about TRUEZ yet, so that's why I'm everywhere.
That's a real statement.
I'm here for a lot of reasons though. I'm just here to spread the movement, and the movement, you know what I'm saying, it's trickling down to Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, TRUEZ Nation and Straight Out the Den presents Everything We Dream About.
Everything we dream.
I'm taking the 706, which is Augusta, Georgia, and bringing them here to the 77044 area. You know what I'm saying, Atlanta, Georgia, and we're gonna try to, you know, make something special of our city and the artists that's gonna come up there, including myself.
That's dope, man. Yeah. That's dope. Like they I brought TRUEZ up. How long ago was that? Maybe like a couple of months ago, something like that. 2 months.
Like just period.
Yeah, like for the show at PAG.
Oh yeah. Or like a month and a half, month and a half
ago.
That.
And I mean he shut down PAG Lounge, man, and just like put on a dope performance. And him and his manager Aaron hit me and was like, man, like, yo, we wanna do something here.
Yeah.
And you know, I've had a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I'm gonna flat out tell you, a lot of people say that, and then, you know, me, I've learned over the years when it comes to business, I allow people to follow up.
Yeah.
That's all. Like
you have to.
You have to
give them time.
I give them time, and it was like the follow up didn't take long. It was like
yeah.
like next week, yo, like, so we trying to do a show at PAG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo. Look, you know, and it's crazy because this is my first one. You mentioned that earlier. This is my first headlining joint. You know, I've done shows.
Yeah.
But this is my first one, and it's crazy for me. People don't understand that because they, you know, they see, you know, the videos and stuff like that. But, you know, this is my first headliner joint, and to do it on this kind of a, you know, scale, you know what I'm saying? And with you know, somebody that you know, you mess with.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not just any stage and not just any aura is good for what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I really appreciate that. And then I got Hennessy performing too, and Sal.
Come through that real quick.
They about to meet the dope dealers.
Yeah, allegedly.
Hey, man.
Yeah, allegedly, yeah. That's
Show
what I heard.
Crazy, man.
On Saturday, that's what I heard.
Yeah, man.
Y'all come to PAG, man. Definitely come to PAG. It's
Straight
like
up.
555 Whitehall Street, Suite G7. When you get there, man, it feels like home. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool spot. It ain't like no huge, you know, venue. You know, but we get in there, we pack it up, and we make sure
very intimate set.
Yeah. Word.
If you want to get intimate with, like, you know your fans or whatever you do there, you know, that's the place to be. If you want people to hear you.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, that's real.
So we pushing a project here or what?
Yeah, I mean, we pushing everything right now. It's crazy right now. Like, we pushing merchandise is going to be premiered on the 11th, like, for everybody to get their hands on hoodies. You know what I'm saying? We got some decals for the cars coming soon. Shirts and some Sandlot baseball. I call them Sandlot tees. You know. The quarter sleeve joint. Yeah. So I got the Sandlot tees coming out. You know what I'm saying? Probably like just a few of those though. They're exclusive. Then I got the CD True Enough. That's out. That's on live mixtapes and on my website TRUEZmusic.com. So that's always being pushed. Just dropped the video G8NY. On World Star.
Tell them about that video a little bit, man. Tell them about the video.
Well, the G8NY, you know, I got a situation with DJ K Slay up there in New York, so, you know, occasionally we take these trips. So this time, you know, we decided to document it, and, you know, while I was up there, I took full advantage of New York City and you know, shot a few videos, shot like 3 videos, and Easy on the Weed, You Don't Feel Me Though, and G8NY, and just I think for a person being from, Augusta, man, I took advantage of that. I had everybody out there. It was freezing cold. It was the wind chill was -14 on the Staten Island Fair. I couldn't feel my lips when I was performing.
Oh man,
I feel like snot rolling out of nose, but ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we was up in there, but we was getting it in. I was taking off my jacket for certain scenes because I was like, people ain't gonna know how cold it is. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna be all bundled up and mess up, the shot. So I was out there getting my pneumonia on.
Oh man, that's dope. So how did the situation with K-Slate come about for you?
We dropped Sarcasm, this record called Sarcasm. And
crazy record.
It's crazy. It's very sarcastic, and it's like I'm rapping fast, because at the time the sarcasm part comes from, nowadays people feel like if you rap fast, that means you dope, you automatically dope and stuff like that. So I flipped that. I flipped the fact that everybody like rapping about cars, clothes, hoes, and stuff like that. So I just flipped everything. And ironically, I got a little situation off of flipping everything that I dislike in the industry. Okay. So it was pretty cool. So it's a big record in that sense, and one of the highest grossing videos and songs. I went off tour off that. It was crazy. Sarcasm was it, man.
I mean, that's how I found you. I saw the video and I was just like, yo, who is this dude? And then I'm reading up and I'm like, you from Augusta? Like, you down the road.
Yeah.
Like, hold up. You know what I mean? Like,
hold it up.
I think, can we get that video on? Hopefully on the break. I don't know. We'll try to see if we can get the video on for the break.
Yeah, that'd be dope. See Babyface TRUEZ. Back then, I ain't had no facial hair and nothing. I was a little heavier.
It's all good. But the thing is, though, man, like, when I found TRUEZ and his music, I reached out, and I think at the time we did the podcast, reached out and had him come through, and
we did a few things before that.
What did we do before that?
We just dropped records, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gave me the exclusive release on a couple of records.
You did some dope write-ups for me.
Man, dude, I mean, my thing is, I go through a lot of music, right, on a daily basis, and when I come across something that's quality, number one, then you talking about something, and then I caught the whole sarcasm thing from jump. Like, I was like, okay, I see what he's doing.
Of course, look what kind of person you are. It would draw an attention of you.
Man, it caught my eye, and then I was like, I need to. This dude, it's certain people you got to keep close, and it was like, this dude here, he's doing something special. Like, I need to be around him. No doubt, man. We here now.
Word. I got another project coming out too, by the way, that I'm working on right now. It's called Raw and Underprivileged. I gotta talk about this.
Please do it.
So, Raw and Underprivileged is my new joint, and I recorded probably like 7-8 records in the last week, and I was like, man, what the game I think is lacking is it's a lot of truth in the game, but people like to deliver the truth that so everybody can it's almost like caressing egos in a sense, and scared to ruffle feathers, scared to say what you really mean, so you say it in these kind of, what I'm saying? So I want to deliver. I feel like in order for me to be taken seriously and have my own lane or own thing going on, I got to deliver a certain side of the truth, a little bit more raw, a little bit more like, let's take Kevin Hart for instance. Comedy has changed to the point where, no offense to Kevin Hart's style, but it's not the style of like a Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor or Martin Lawrence, where it was fuck, shit, ass, all of that. But everything they said was real, 100% real. But I thought people needed to hear it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they need, and that's the only way people will listen. Like, if you cater, like it's like when you talk to children. You look at everybody like they 7 years old. You talk to children, you rubbing their back and stuff and telling them what they should do. They gonna be like, whatever. Right. You know what I mean? Or just take it. But if you sometimes break it down to where they should understand a little bit more raw. You know what I'm saying? They can get it. So that's the raw aspect. Gotcha. The underprivileged aspect is, I have this thing where, we carry this title around us saying we're sinners, and we all are sinners. True. But when you carry titles, we become confined to those titles. So we're sinners, and none of us are saints, right? But we don't carry that title, but we carry the title of sinners. Now, we can never be saints because we do sin, So I feel like if a person fulfills their soul's destiny, which is something like, if I put $1 million in your pocket and put you where you want to be, where you want to live, and whatever you do with that $1 million in your lifestyle says a lot about your soul.
Oh, yeah.
But you're underprivileged because, you know, not saying you need those things to fulfill it, but you never quite know a soul's full, you know what I'm saying, potential, you know, in this world, you know. So I feel like a lot of black people especially are underprivileged, and so we do things that normal people wouldn't do, or we do things that we don't have to do. It's because we don't have that privilege. So I'm trying to speak in a raw form to the underprivileged people.
Damn.
So that's the new joint, that and that just, you know, and I just, that's right, that's coming up right next. You know, I'm ending True Enough.
Yeah.
Soon as after the show.
That's it.
It's it. And I'm coming out with Raw and Underprivileged right away. Like, I'm not even stopping. Like, there's no reason to, you know.
Man, that's
the game changes like constantly. So I change with it. So
and you have to change with the game. You know what I mean? Because and we've had this conversation before too. It's just like the music industry right now is so. What can you do for me right now? Yeah. And so you can put out a record that's great, and next week they over it. No matter how great the record is. Yo, Jay, I recorded 103 songs last year. Man, can you imagine? And then we talking about sarcasm up here. Yeah. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I recorded that 2 years ago. Yeah. And that's what we talking about. So it's like when you think of it in that form, it's like, man, you know, you got to be conscious of what you put out. Yeah. You know, because you don't want to put out this crazy. I got this song called Historic Black Jails, and there's no historic black jails. Now it's dominantly more black people in jail, but the most historic black jail is up here. It's our minds, because we are trapped in our minds. Right. But see, if I put that out on a certain level and it don't get the respect or the notoriety that it deserves, then it's going to make me furious. It's going to turn me into a super villain. You see what I'm saying? And I'm plugging songs here, but these are how these songs come about. I know what you're doing. And they'll get it too. They'll go back and look at this like, okay, I see exactly what he's doing. Exactly. Super Villain is a record that he got too. And that came from people not understanding Pharaoh skin. Yeah. I got you know what I mean? So you get angry when people don't accept the truth. So you got to be careful how you release these songs. It sucks, but you know, it's whatever. Man. Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
God damn. I heard that.
Yeah. Well, some say I'm 23. You know, I think I'm probably, you know, I feel like I've been here before.
You might be about 39, boy, talking like that right there.
No, that's real though, to be able to, you know, have that foresight and see those things already, you know what I mean, and then just be mature enough to like accept it.
Accept that, acceptance and understanding. I tell that to my homies. I just want people not to say I'm right, not to, you know what I'm saying, stroke my ego, but just to understand and accept. Once you do that, you operate like perfectly. Like if I understand and accept you for who you are, there's no way we can conflict. Yeah. Unless we just don't see eye to eye. And that's the only time you really have friction. But if I understand y'all, you know, then it's whatever. It's like groups. Like when R&B groups get together, they understand each other, because they was on the come up. They all had similar. Then when they get famous, they do they separate lives, and they lose acceptance and understanding of one another, and then you got to split. But I know we probably got to go on a break. I know.
No. How did you get to this point, though? I mean, at least, and by 23 at that, like the way you think. And like the things you're saying, I'm sitting here, you know, listening. I ain't talking because I'm listening. Yeah. But how did you get to that point? I mean, being that your generation, 90-something% of them, I feel like they lost. Yeah. You know, how did you escape being lost?
You know,
that's cool to say.
I'm to be honest, I think lately I've been figuring that out. Like I'm still in the midst, but one thing that I've been doing the math on, I went to 2 high schools, 3 middle schools, and 4 elementary schools, and that's from Jersey, Virginia, Atlanta, Augusta, for the elementary schools and stuff like that. So it's like when you meet different people, you know, you being raised by a single parent, you know, mother. You got 2 older brothers. We all 6 years apart. If I'm 23, my brother 30, my other brother 36. That age difference is crazy. I was going to Moorish temples when I was in 6th grade. So, and I was reading The Black Wall Street, was one of the first books that I finished. You know what I'm saying? My brother used to tell me, he said, for every hour you spend on a video game, that's an hour reading a book. And I had to stay with him at this point. He was my age at the time, by the way. Right. So now it gives you a little bit, you know, I'm 23. He was my age, taking care of me at this time. You know, he was a vegetarian and all of that stuff. So I'm learning different stuff, you know. So I think that caters to how I am. Gotcha. But as far as with myself, I watched my homies, I watched my family, and I watched myself go through so many different things in our lives, and I was like, man, and I started realizing what it is. Right. You know, it's really simple. Everything is simple. It comes down to simple as, where was your father at this point in time? Where was your mother at this point in time? You know what I'm saying? Where was your guidance at this? It's really, really simple. You know what I mean? And I feel like my mom let me do whatever I wanted to do, right? But the only thing is, I had growing examples in my brothers. So while I'm trying to do what I want to do, my brothers are still either messing up or succeeding. So I'm like, oh, that's what you do. Oh, so I never, you know, if I messed up, it was just me just being stupid. Right. You know, and I never wanted to make my mom look at me like, what are you doing? So, you know, I stayed out of trouble, but I was always in the midst of something. But I don't know, man, it's crazy, dog. I'm still searching, though. But that's what I'm coming up with. It's just simple, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Man, you said a mouthful, man. You said a mouthful like that. You know, what you said about the growing up and your path, like, you know, having a father, having a mother, and, you know, your mom, you know, letting you do whatever you want to do, and just really, I think the key thing I took from that was just guidance.